this will be the last part in CVP video, where I will demonstrate to you all how to draw a multi-product profit chart. Okay. In a previous graph, we have discussed 3 types of graph: break-even graph, contribution graph, and profit volume graph. For multiple product, we just focusing on profit volume graph for multiple product. Okay, so the first step, when you want to draw the graph for multiple product, you have to prepare this table. This table consists of 7 columns. Product, the ranking of the product, accumulated sales, accumulated contribution margin, less with the fixed cost, then get accumulated profit. I will show you how you get all these figures. First of all, we rank the product, cocoa, vanilla, and milky. We have to rank it based on CS ratio. For example, white cocoa is ranked, put it as number 1 here, because they have a CS ratio, the highest one, 60%. Okay, so we rank it based on CS ratio. Okay, the second row is for vanilla, because the vanilla give 46% CS ratio, and the last one will be milky. So let's say if milky has the highest CS, you have to put it the milky on the top, alright? But in this case, cocoa is the highest one, so that's why cocoa appear in the first row. So how to get accumulated sales? Imagine if you just sell cocoa only. If you just sell cocoa, so the sales for cocoa is 6,000. Okay, look at this table. The sale for cocoa is 6,000. Okay, if you sell cocoa and vanilla, the sale is 11,000. And if you sell cocoa, vanilla, and milky, the sales is 15,000. So that's why here, accumulated sale here, they have 6. Okay, then if you just sell cocoa and vanilla, 6 plus 5. Okay, this is this is a 6K plus 5K. Alright, this is 11 plus another 4. Okay, so assuming that this you just sell cocoa, this you sell cocoa and vanilla, and this you sell cocoa, vanilla, and milky. For the contribution, accumulated contribution, this is the contribution if you just sell cocoa. This is contribution cocoa and vanilla, and this is the contribution for cocoa, vanilla, and milky. Right? So how to get the accumulated profit here? So if you have cocoa accumulated contribution margin is 3,600 minus with 3,000 fixed cost for the company. So you just have a profit of, I think this is wrong. So the profit is 600. Okay. Let us check whether the contribution margin for 3,600 is 600 ringgit. Okay. This is typo error. This is 600. 5,900 contribution minus fixed cost 3,000. So that's why you get 2,900. And the last one, accumulated profit is 4,500. So look at here. The profit is 4,500 if you sell all 3 products, cocoa, vanilla, and milky. Alright. So after you prepare this table, now it's the time for you to draw. Okay. So the step is here. An individual profit line of individual product will be drawn. Okay. We draw the profit line for cocoa first, and then vanilla and milky. So how to draw that? Okay. Right. It will start with the maximum losses. The maximum losses is 3,000. Why? Why the maximum losses is 3,000? Because if you don't sell anything, you don't sell cocoa, vanilla, and milky, means your sales is 0. So your losses is 3,000 because of the fixed cost for the company. Alright. Now, if you sell cocoa only, so the unit of cocoa is 5,000 unit. The unit for cocoa is how many units? Okay, the sale volume is 1,500. So means that the sale is 6,000. So by selling 6,000 ringgit, remember this is sales value in RM. So by selling cocoa 6,000 ringgit, your profit will be 600 ringgit. Your profit will be 600 ringgit. How we get 600? It's come from here, 600. Okay. By selling cocoa and vanilla, the accumulated sales is 11,000. So here is actually accumulated sales is 11,000, 11K, and the profit is around 2,900. Okay. Okay, this is a 2,900. Okay, the last one you have to plot is the Milky, the total accumulated sale. If you sell cocoa, vanilla, and Milky, the total sale is how much? 15,000. So by selling 15,000, okay, by selling 50,000, you have almost 4,500 of profit. Okay, so you have to link the line for cocoa, vanilla, and Milky, and then you have to draw the average line. The average line here, the blue color one, is the average or the overall profit line. It's just to link between the highest and the maximum, the highest and the minimum profit. The highest profit is 4,500, and the lowest profit is the loss. The loss is 3,000. Okay, that's all for multiple product chart. Okay, you can go through the chapter summary to make sure that you understand the overall content of CBP. And before I forget, I think I left a section of limitation and assumption. So let us go to limitation and assumption of CBP. When we use the formula in CBP analysis, we have to assume that the analysis is only valid for limited range of activity. Okay, because when you calculate BEP, let's say, you calculate the formula for BEP is actually FC divided by CM, and the CM is SP minus VC. So when you use this formula, you assume that the SP is constant, the VC is constant. So in reality, all these costs might change. So that's why we assume that you can use this formula only for a limited period of time. Okay, for a short period. So in long term, the fixed cost might change, SP also change, and VC also change. So in order to assume that this is constant or doesn't change, you have to only use it for a limited period of time. Okay. Now, because of limited period of time, you have to assume that the SP is constant. Okay, the SP is constant. The variable cost and fixed cost also can be separated accurately. In reality, we just assuming that in this analysis we only have a fixed cost and variable cost, but in reality we have step cost and mixed cost. Okay, so means that if to use this analysis, you have to assume that you can accurately identify how much the fixed and how much the variable. Okay. And then the variable cost will change proportionately with volume. Okay, if you produce 1 unit, the variable cost is 2 ringgit. 2 unit, 4 ringgit. But in reality, sometimes you can reduce the variable cost because of maybe you buy in bulk. So the supplier give you a commission. But that one we can look at in the limitation later. Okay. Now the fixed cost remain unchanged. Let's say your rental is 10,000. So you have to assume that the rental doesn't change within a month or within a year. So it's remain constant. Okay. Technology and production method and efficiency remain unchanged. But in reality, the technology, the efficiency might reduce your variable cost. So it will affect your contribution margin later on. But don't mind, for this analysis, we assuming that the variable cost doesn't change because we expect that the technology, the efficiency is remain unchanged. Right? In using this formula in CBP, we assume that either a single product is produced, or if there is a mixture of product, the range of product will be accordant with the predetermined sales mix. Okay, let's say you already assume that the mixture of cocoa, Milky, and vanilla previously. So the cocoa is half, the sale for cocoa is half of it. And you assume that this sales is constant throughout the year. Means that the demand for cocoa is 50% throughout the year. So in reality, it's very difficult. Sometimes people like to change their flavor from cocoa to Milky, vanilla, and etc. Right? So again, this is assumption, and of course there is a limitation of it. So the whatever assumption here, it will be a limitation. Okay, for example, the analysis is valid for limited range. That's why the limitation is that CBP analysis cannot cope with activity level that below or above the relevant range. So let's say this we can use for this analysis can be used for production of 50,000. So if you produce more than 50,000, so this assumption is no more relevant. You have to change the cost, and you have to change the FC's VC. Yeah. Okay. Or it can use only for a short period. So if more than a year, so this assumption is no more relevant. So it's not suitable for a period that is more than 1 year. Okay. And this analysis only gives satisfactory result only if the price remain unchanged. So that's why we have to assume that it remain constant. Okay. As I mentioned to you, in this analysis, we just assume that we only have a fixed cost and variable cost. But in reality, we have a mix and step. So that's why they say here, separation of mix is hardly can be done. So that is a limitation. Alright. Again, whatever assumption here is the limitation here. I hope that you can go through by your own. And if you have any queries, you can ask the lecturer. Thank you so much.